timing. Thank you very much for going to the trouble. Thank you. Okay, is Marty here, please? Welcome.
Good afternoon. I'm a fairly fast talker, so hopefully I'll stay within the 5 minutes. If the slides move. Famous last words. Slides aren't moving. Okay, I'll go to the next. Right, just in terms of Christchurch attractions, activities we have here in Christchurch, the iconic tram here, the punting on the Avon, the gondola, and the botanic tours, which we run the Botanic Gardens. In Hanmer, we run the jet boating, the bungee jumping, the river rafting, bike and buggy, laser shooting, which we've just put in to replace the old claybird shooting for a variety of reasons, and the paintball. We employ around 100 people in Nelson and Hanmer during our peak period. Last year, the trams carried around 100. This is the financial year's end of March. This is the year just finished. Carried 183,000 passengers, which was significantly up on last year. We run a number of discounted annual passes for local residents through the rates. We run a discounted offer that goes out with the rates each year, and which has had a really good take-up lately. Generally, we've got a big focus now on sustainability. Our trams are run by electricity, which I'll touch on in a minute. The only diesel we operate with is our quad bikes and our jet boats, and we're looking at ways to get around that going forward. The business generates significant revenue for the Ferrymead Historical Society. We operate 8 trams. 5 of those are owned by the Ferrymead Historical Society. We pay rental on those. We also, under the terms of the contract, upgrade the trams at our cost, including, for example, one we did last year, which was just on $500,000. The other 3 are Australian-owned, which we lease from there. During the peak season, we're restricted on capacity because of electricity. We have 8 trams. We can run 7 at any one time. So on the days during summer, if we run our restaurant tram during the day, which we do for cruise vessels, we actually have to take one of the trams off because we don't have enough electricity to run them. The existing substation, which I understand sits under this building, is coming to end of life, so we're not in a position to introduce additional capacity until the infrastructure is upgraded, which is planned at the moment, is in the plan, so we are fully supportive of that. In terms of passenger numbers, as I said, they've risen dramatically. The main reason for that is the return of the cruise vessels, and this also benefits Christchurch City Council as well. Without disclosing commercial terms, our lease is based on the number of passengers we handle. So the more passengers we handle, the more money goes through to Christchurch City Council. I'm sure as many would have seen on the days where the large vessels are in, that cruise vessel Air the Ovation of the Seas carries 4,000 passengers. So on that, any day like that, we can handle 1,500 of those passengers through the gondola and through the trams. So it does put us in a situation of very long queues. Any investment in additional trams will be linked to an increase in power availability. The cost per new tram, if we can find one in New Zealand or Australia, we could spend $500,000 to $1 million to upgrade it. So we do need to obviously understand that we can power those, but if we are able to do that going forward, then hopefully that can address some of the queuing issues which I'm sure the city sees when the cruise vessels are in. And now we're back in the same situation again. Can we move the other slide? In terms of event funding, which is the second part of our submission, we work with Christchurch New Zealand, Te Pai and other parties to promote Christchurch as a destination. We're attending Trends in Wellington over the next few days. With Sky City due to open their convention centre in Auckland soon, that will obviously put more pressure on competition for major event hosting. And we strongly support continued council funding for major events, and particularly with Te Kaha coming online as well and the opportunities that will bring. That's our submission, if anyone has any questions.
Kelly, please.
Yeah, thanks, Martin, and thanks for the contribution that your organisation makes to the Canterbury region and Christchurch in particular. Big fan of the gondola, up there all the time. Just in terms of the trams, how many more do you think you could operate if we were able to give you, enable more power?
Yeah, we think we could run 2 more and run 10. Anything over 10, we think it starts to get beyond being feasible in terms of the spacing between the trams. But we think we could run 2 more.
Yeah, and in terms of, is there a backlog of people waiting to get on the trams?
On the cruise days, it's massive, partly because most of the passengers are dropped just down from the Bridge of Remembrance, so they come over the bridge and they all want to go on the same stop. So we're trying to work on options we can to try and spread the crowd around a bit and to try and improve that as well. And we're working closely with CNZ in terms of bus shuttles and that side of things as well. There's quite a bit of work that we can do in our own right as well.
Yeah, just an aside too. Do you think it's a good look?
One.
Oh, was it really? I was just going to say whether it's a good look for people for people to
Thank you.
visitors to the city coming past the Bridge of Remembrance when there's protests going on, and
I'm very happy with
unfortunately
you.
it's
Thank you.
not necessarily. Maybe we should move that somewhere else.
Yeah, Yanni.
Yeah, thank you for the.
Now, we're
witness.
sorry, Yanni, I'm not picking on you. We are going to one question to let other people have a go. Carry
Thank you. My question was just, given your success and the kind of growth of the different things that you're involved in, have you thought much about where a possible tram extension may go? Like, in terms of maybe getting more local people using it as a means of transport rather than just a tourist attraction?
Just from my personal background, just as a bit of background, I've only been here just over 2 months, so we haven't had much discussion about that. The discussion I've asked briefly about looking at extending the line, I don't think it's practical to go too far beyond where we're at the moment. I think we're pretty well restricted within what we've got, and to take it further past that as a general means of transport, I'm not sure that's particularly practical, to be honest.
Thank you. Pauline?
Thank you. Your comment about supporting the bids for the major events, in our consultation document, there's a suggestion there that an extra 2.8 million in 24-25 to support the mega events, but that does come with a 0.42% increase on top of our 13.24. Where are you on that one?
Oh, I mean, we'd support the additional funding, obviously, and having been a CEO of a port company outside of Christchurch for 15 years, I'm fully aware of going through budgeting, and the demands are far bigger than the money you've got, so I understand there's got to be a balance there somewhere, and that's the challenge that you face. But given the opportunities Christchurch has at the moment and the resurgence it has as a city, there's some great opportunities out there, so we'd support some additional major event funding.
Thank you.
Okay. One quick one from me. I understand that you did right in what you say, the transformer underneath where we sit is getting a bit old and puffed, but I was under the impression that you couldn't go any further anyway because you're almost at the end of your extension lead, so it needs to be down the other end, a transformer.
Yeah, as I understand it, the next substation that would go in would go further down towards where based down towards a cathedral somewhere. Yes, that's correct.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your submission. Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Are we having are we making note of the fact that
Yes.
we are?
Yep.
Okay.
We've got people on it.
I've requested
Okay,
you on
Mike,
the tram
please.
out to New Brighton.